What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is a weird topic. I don't know if anyone's even going to watch it. That's why I'm going to upload it at like 10:30 this morning instead, because I wouldn't normally cover something from the music industry, but I saw that the topic around a singer Grammy-nominated Lana Del Rey, I'm sure she won Grammys, is getting blasted for calling out some of the debauchery that is rewarded in modern day music. And she's being called anti-feminist. And well, it's an interesting story. I think if my viewers give it a chance, because it's got a lot of similarities. So Lana Del Rey comes out and she was defending apparently a new or her opinion, sorry, on some music and lyrics and things like that. Lana Del Rey has defended herself against accusations that her lyrics are anti-feminist. Writing on Instagram, the star criticized female writers who have blasted her for glamorizing bad behavior. She said that her lyrics often talked about the realities of being in a bad relationship and argued that there should be a place for those topics in music. Well, of course, I don't think that there isn't. A lot of music is about being in bad relationships. I've been honest about the challenging relationships I've had. That's just how it is for many women. I think it's pathetic that a minor lyrical exploration detailing some of my sometimes submissive or passive roles in my relationships has often made people say that I've set women back 100 years. There has to be a place in feminism for women who look and act like me, she continued. But that's not where she stopped. The women, she goes on, quote, the kind of women who say no, but men hear yes. The kind of women who are slated mercilessly for being their authentic, delicate selves. The kind of women who get their own stories and voices taken away from them by stronger women or by men who hate women. Del Rey also called out the double standards, and now this is where it's going to get spicy. Noting that stars like Ariana Grande, Cardi B, and Beyonce could sing about being spicy, wearing no clothes, and cheating without facing criticism. Del Rey's lyrics have frequently addressed unhealthy relationships and being seduced by controlling and foreboding characters. Her breakout hit and signature song Video Games described a lover who was distant and dismissive, but for whom she professed undying love. I think it's interesting that, most of the backlash around this, of course, is that she took a shot at some of these other modern day female singers. Now, I love myself some Cardi B, but there are some real double standards with some of these women. For example, was it Cardi B who bragged about basically giving someone some pills and then robbing them? I'm pretty sure that was her. Where was the actually, I'm going to pull that up, B. Hold on. I'm almost certain. Yes, that happened. She used to drug and rob men. I mean, but she's held up to an very high standard, and receives very little criticism for it. In fact, it's stunning and brave. She has defended herself after a video resurfaced of her saying that she did these terrible things, who wanted to hook up with her while she worked before finding her fame. I never claimed to be perfect or come from a perfect world. The original video was made as her career was starting to take off in a response to someone who said she didn't deserve success because she hadn't put in the work. Quote, nothing was handed to me. Nothing, she said in the video, before going on to reveal that she would invite men to a hotel before giving them pills and robbing them. I mean, does Lana Del Rey have a point there? I mean, it's interesting. And of course, Twitter is going crazy. Many felt uncomfortable with Lana naming other female artists, especially black women, to make her point. And that's, again, this whole victimhood stack that exists in modern media. It's the idea that even within the feminist movement, all right, there are different tiers. if you're a white cis feminist, you're like basically a man. You're allowed to donate your money, but you're not allowed to speak, and you're not allowed to share your stories because you're white and cis. I mean, that's just the way it works. I don't need to tell you that. You can see that based on the reaction that Lana Del Rey is getting. You can see some of these top comments. What's blowing my mind is Lana Del Rey is very successful and very accomplished. Her debut sold more records than the names mentioned combined. What is she talking about? As if she's not allowed to have an opinion. Sean Fay, think Lana's post would have been fine if she hadn't compared herself to a group of mostly black women, with a clear tone that she thinks she's been treated worse by the media when that's obviously, observably untrue. Well, what's happening right now? I mean, am I taking crazy pills here? Everybody is dogpiling on her over this statement. I thought she received special treatment. I'm not one to defend Hollywood, certainly. But it's pretty hilarious that these people can't see their own hypocrisy. And the fact that, her criticisms, Ariana Grande isn't black. And she probably wasn't signaling them out because they were a different color. She was signaling them out because they are very spicy individuals who have a very clear type of brand. Lana blatantly ignoring criticism of Beyonce, Nicki, and other black women have received and continue to for being confident in their spiciness doesn't sit right with me. Commercial success hasn't made them exempt from misogynistic attacks masked as criticism. It's interesting. Any links to this stuff? Now, are there people out there? There are probably some people that, have criticized them, but the same people were probably criticizing Britney Spears back in the day. Female musicians seem to fit this mold. I don't know if it's because they have to or not. I have zero interest in really any musician who can't play an instrument or doesn't play an instrument. And anytime I see like a female band, let me see if I saw like Waxahachie or boy, I mean, off the top of my head, Waxahachie popped into it, but Tegan and Sarah, are they wearing bikinis on stage? No, they're playing their instruments. And to me, it's about the music, not about the looks. But, apparently, if you just watch the Super Bowl show, it's not like that for everybody else. Lana didn't drag anyone, but to be honest, she could have proved her point in a better way. All women she named have been through backlashes because of their works. She's not only one going through it. Women in music industry really deserves better. A fine comment. Yes, conversations about misogynistic double standards are important, but don't make yourself a martyr for the cause by bringing down other women to make your point. Feminism is already for delicate cisgender white women. This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the exact same. It's like, I like her, but she's not allowed to talk about black folks. I like Lana, but her as a woman of color, her statement, I like Lana, but I think they mean as a woman of color. Her statement just comes off as very tone deaf. Mentioning a majority of black women in music who have all been literally crucified because they're being explicit and trying to seem though as it's easy. I don't see this criticism. Maybe it exists. I mean, I think all these women sleep on a pile of money. That's as far as I can see. I always think it's funny when these folks all eat themselves. I think she added that her success had given other women the freedom to sing about being happy and just being able to say whatever the heck they wanted to in their music. Oh, not just sing about having. Unlike my experience where if I even expressed a note of sadness in my first two records, I was deemed literally hysterical as though it was literally the 1920s. Closing her statement, the star said she'd be exploring these items further in 2 forthcoming books of poetry and announced a new album due on September 5th. I'm sure. I wonder if maybe, just maybe, this was all designed for some press. I mean, I don't know. I mean, does Lana Del Rey fans, cross over with Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande? I doubt it. I couldn't even name a Lana Del Rey song. I've probably heard them, but it's just funny to me. Hollywood eating itself. This time it's Lana Del Rey versus the victimhood stack of feminism. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.